11 of the 16 turnovers come from Will and Quincy. On one hand, the ball's going to end up in their hands a lot, but on the other, how much of a point of frustration is that when these are two of your three guys you're going to lean on a lot and you're expecting Will to make really good decisions and it's ending up in your hoop?
Yeah, we put a lot of pressure on Will tonight, and we had the turnover at the end of the half, which was and a couple of them weren't his fault because guys didn't run the right situation. But no, we're dependent on him. He had some bad turnovers. You give up 30 points on 16 turnovers. It was atrocious. Guys one-hand pass, not meeting the ball, trying to make plays they're not capable of making. No, I was disappointed, obviously, in our ball handling. Pleased with the way we competed. We out-rebounded them. We did some good things. They only went 13 of 54 inside, but, our bigs didn't push out on their shooters. They weren't comfortable getting out there and defending. So, a lot to work on, but we showed our inability to handle the ball, and that was a big part of it.
In a game like this, when you weren't maybe shooting the three very well, do you feel like you went to Dante enough and to get him enough touches?
Well, he got doubled, a number of times, but no, to answer your question, he fought it, and I know we had 3 or 4 turnovers trying to throw it in there to him. Nate and Quincy, we had back-to-back turnovers trying to throw it in there to him, and so no, he gets 8 shots. He didn't turn it over. He fought the doubles pretty good, but our inability to feed him, and get him the ball. We got to spend a lot of time working on passing and catching the basketball.
So what are your thoughts on the three-point shooting tonight? Is that something that was just open looks that you were missing, or were you happy with the shot selection?
Well, there's 3 or 4 that we shouldn't have taken, but I'm trying to look at Waldo's 5 shots. I know 4 of them were pretty wide open, but he does go 2 for 3 inside. He missed a layup there on transition. Keyshawn, I thought, took a bad one. Quincy, I'll have to look at his shots. He hit the one to start second half and thought we might get him on a roll. He hit some free throws there, but it never did bounce back. So I'll have to look on the film, but to answer your question, you go 3 for 22 and they go 11 for 22. It's not hard to figure out. There's going to be a big difference in the game.
40 minutes for Will, just with where you're at health-wise on the perimeter, is that something you think you're going to need in the next few games?
Well, I just don't have many guards, so I don't know what Keyshawn's situation is going to be. I don't like seeing a boot, but, we got Jermaine out, we got Brennan out, and now if Keyshawn's out for a while, we're a little bit guard short.
On that front, Dana, is there a possibility of a December edition? There are people in the marketplace available. Is that a possibility?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to look and see, how bad Keyshawn is and, what Tremaine and Brennan's situation is, so we'll just have to, have to wait and see.
Can you look ahead to this weekend and the tournament that's coming up?
We got a tough stretch coming up. The 6-game stretch starting tonight, through UCLA is as tough a stretch in November and December as we had. So, I haven't looked at UConn or anything. I'll start tomorrow.
When you go back and look at this film in particular, Dana, it seems like stylistically Kelvin has them playing in doing a lot of the things that you preach, particularly defensively and rebounding. How much will this be not just coaching points of things that you guys can do better than you did, but the point at a team that does a lot of the things that you really harp on?
Well, you know, at this point, you know, they're just, you know, deeper than us, and, you know, their athleticism, we were bigger. That's why we out-rebounded them. We got some block shots and did some better things inside, but their perimeter game, you know, is much better than ours right now. So we just got a lot of work to do.
Dana, you've been at this for a long time. Just Houston's established this kind of defensive juggernaut for the past like 8 years or so since Sampson's been there. You know, what makes their brand so effective, especially defensively?
Well, they're very athletic. You know, they're experienced, and you know, their new guys, you know, got into the system pretty good and played pretty hard. But no, Kelvin does a good job. And like I said, their athleticism on their team, you know, just like last year, is something you really got to deal with. And you know, our young guys didn't handle it at all. You know, I thought Dante fought it really good. You know, but you know, we didn't fight it like we needed to. Their physicality, not necessarily on the boards, but on the perimeter with their hands on us and that, you know, our guys didn't handle it well.
It's not something you see all the time. Like most teams are out there, you know, in shootouts, but Houston's out there holding teams under 55 points like tonight. Just why do you think they're able to do this so effectively, so consistently?
They're talented. You know, they know who they are, and they play to their system pretty good.
It's a big test for Dante to see if he could consistently do what he's done the 3 previous games. Just how much progress has he made, you know, 4 games into the season, and just kind of who you envision him to be when the season started?
Oh, I tell you, without him tonight, you know, it had been tough, and he's played awfully hard, awfully well, you know, throughout the year. So he's practiced the best. You know, it's not even close. You know, so those people who say, well, practice is not important, you know, he's a perfect example, and I can give you examples from the 34 years. You know, I haven't had anybody who doesn't practice well that's played well. Never. It's never happened. So he's practiced hard, he's practiced well, and a lot of our guys could pick up things from him.
Does it feel like 35 minutes for him is a pretty doable thing on a week-to-week basis?
Whew, I don't know. You know, he plays pretty hard, and he's a big man. But, you know, right now, it's kind of necessity.